1 week from Tuesday, Cincinnati voters will go to the polls to narrow the field for the city's mayoral race from 3 to 2 candidates. In this week's front page centerpiece, 3 visions vie to lead the city. As head of the region's largest city, Cincinnati's mayor has outsized influence over policies that affect business and economic development. The candidates are all Democrats: incumbent Mayor John Cranley, Yvette Simpson, currently a Democratic member of City Council, and Rob Richardson, a first-time political candidate who is an attorney, labor leader, and former chairman of the University of Cincinnati Board of Trustees. This is the largest field of serious mayoral contenders since 2005. The Business Courier's political reporter Chris Wetterick has been following the race and had a chance to do a one-on-one interview with each candidate that you can read in this week's print edition. He joins Business Courier editor Rob Dahmeyer in the studio with some insight. Chris and Rob.
Thanks, Peg. Chris, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
We've had a busy couple weeks digging into the the mayor primary. Tell us first, though, what's going to happen? What exactly is going to happen on the 3rd of next month?
So it's actually May 2nd, but what happens is, so there's a primary, and it's a nonpartisan primary. Anybody who's a registered voter in the city of Cincinnati can vote in it, even though all 3 candidates are Democrats. So this will narrow the field to 2 candidates who will move on to the November election and run against each other. So it's a nonpartisan primary, top 2 advance.
So our audience are people who are running businesses.
Right.
Why should this race matter to them?
It's hugely important to them because the city sets all kinds of policies and does all kinds of things related to economic development. They pass out property tax incentives. They pass out job creation tax incentives. And those are all essential to recruit new businesses to the region. And so our story this week asks a lot about those issues. They also have a lot to do with transportation, which is a humongously important issue for the Chamber of Commerce right now and for the city as we try to connect people to jobs, and each candidate has a distinctive policy position on that. That isn't in the print story, but it will be online at CincinnatiBusinessCourier.com.
Good. Tell us a little bit more about what you think this race is going to boil down to. Where do these 3 candidates stand on maybe some of the more critical issues?
This is kind of a weird kind of hodgepodge of a campaign. So in 2013, we had a campaign that was based on 2 things: the streetcar and the parking privatization plan.
Right.
We don't have issues dominating this race like we did that last time. I think the mayor would like to make the election about the streetcar. I think he still believes it's relatively unpopular among city voters, and so he has hammered Yvette Simpson in his television advertising about the streetcar. So I think you're going to see a little bit of that, but there's a lot of talk about poverty. There's a lot of talk about transportation, about expanding our bus service. There's a lot of talk about other economic development issues, and so I think all of these things are going to combine to kind of create a mishmash of issues that people are going to have to kind of sort through as we go towards November.
Well, it should be interesting. Cranley is the mayor. He's got the most money in his war chest, correct?
Absolutely.
So you would expect that he should move on. Any thoughts finally on maybe who would join him?
You know, I think Simpson is the favorite. There's an interesting thing going on here, though, where she does not have the money to put television ads up, and so she's at a disadvantage there. The 3rd challenger, or the 2nd challenger, Rob Richardson Jr., he does have money for television ads, and he's put some up. So that can make a difference in the closing days of the race, but most political people in town are betting on a Cranley-Simpson race.
Yeah, Richardson does not have the name recognition as the other 2, but as you said, he does have some money.
Right.
Well, it's a great story, and I'm sure you'll be writing a lot more about it. Thanks for being here.
We will. Thanks.
Back to you.
Good insights as usual. Thank you, Chris and Rob. And if you're craving more news on the race, the 3 mayoral candidates will take the debate stage tomorrow right here on Local 12. The broadcast from the School for Creative and Performing Arts in Over the Rhine will begin at 7 p.m. and you are welcome to attend in person. Just be sure to arrive to SCPA by 6:45.